Oh, good morning. Good morning. What I'm saying though, Tom, is a good round of applause. A really good round of applause really shouldn't have everyone clapping on the same beat. I'm Greg. He's Tom. This is your In Crowd 815 podcast for the 9th day of May, Mother's Day weekend, the year 2026, the latest it's ever been, my friend.
In the history of mankind, a good round of applause is oh man, I had it there. The only thing round I like are cookies.
The only thing round you like are cookies and donuts. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
get that man a box of donuts.
I had the perfect quip. I did. My wife was like, oh, gotta go. I don't know if you saw me throw my headsets on. She was asking me if I would take my granddaughter home. Anyway, good round of applause. Applause is always good. Yeah. Why do they call it a round of applause anyway?
Why do they
people
call it
in a straight line clapping? Wouldn't it be a straight of applause? I don't know.
How about a figure eight of applause? Would a figure eight of applause be very emotional?
That would be great. Yeah. I don't know.
I think we might have a good show, and maybe even a great show for you. And
it's starting out with a bang right now. So
hanging out with you. We have actually 4 big guests for you today. That's something I don't think we've ever done. Not since we had a 2-hour show back on WROK radio back in the day. Remember that?
Oh yeah. I remember that. In fact, we were a 2-hour show when we first started, and then they cut it back to an hour.
Yes, which I was perfectly happy with. That's fine with that. But we were a 2-hour show back when we started back in 2013 on 1440 WROK radio. And we made those 2 hours hum, baby. We had a lot of fun on Saturday mornings with 2 hours.
We had Joanne in every week. Well, it wasn't Joanne at the first. It was, I don't remember the gal's name, but it was a mixed bag. It was...
I think her name was Andrea, but Joanne quickly took over that spot for Paws Humane Society,
and then became a part of our Saturday morning collection. Joanne, if you're watching, we miss you.
We love you. Yes, she was amazing. It still amazes me how long she lasted being on this show with us, putting up with.
Yeah, and it was fun. It was really fun.
It's amazing. We got some things to take care of before we get to our guests, so let's do this first. Current race to 10 has us right there, 7-5, our current score, and our big number of the week this week. Not a very big number, 364. What's wrong with you, Greg? Raya or roll? Raya or roll? What does 364 have to do with one of those two things? And if you can't tell by the screen, Raya is an app. And maybe one of our guests knows this app. I don't know. We can give you a hint or something if they might know something about it. I don't know. But put your guess in the comments, and maybe you'll win a prize, a hat or a T-shirt, or maybe lunch with the hosts of the In Crowd 815 podcast or something like that. So put your guess in the chat. What does the big number of the week have to do with is it Raya or is it roll? Who made it easy for you? Just pick one of those two things.
I really think we should push the guest lunch thing a little more. And I'm serious. So that once a month, we can all sit around the round table, 5 or 6 of us, the winners of the previous weeks and whatever. And and then just do lunch.
Maybe the sponsor for that, Tom.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
Use sponsor. All right. Let's bring on our first guests, shall we? Our first guests today are representing a couple different things. There's this thing called Habitat for Humanity. We talked to them not too long ago, and we're going to catch up with Jessica and see what she's up to. And then also, we're chatting with the founder of Altruize. That's Nicole Sdao from Freeport, and I'm curious to see how things have been going with Altruize. So, good morning. Thanks for coming on with us today.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Look at that awesome banner you got behind you, Nicole. That looks awesome.
Thanks.
I'm gonna put you on the hot seat first. Are you ready for this?
Let's go.
All right. Let's see how we can arrange the screen so it makes sense. Right. Put this there. Put that there. Rearrange there. For those who've never met Nicole before. Tell us about Nicole. Where are you from, and where'd you grow up, and what did you do before Altruize?
Ooh, we're going way back. Okay. Hi, I'm Nicole Sdao. I'm founder of Altruize. I'm actually a chiropractor by degree. So for me, this was a bigger calling to develop an app that helps people exercise their altruism, Altruize. So that's where that name came from. I'm from Wisconsin originally. So Tom, I'm with you. Packers, go.
Go Packers. We're Chiefs heads on this.
Yes.
So
Jessica, you may be outnumbered. I hope not.
I'm from Kansas City, so we're the Chiefs.
You got nothing on
Okay,
Jessica.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. It's okay. Go
Yep,
Andrew Reed.
Yeah, and so my husband and I actually started our chiropractic office in Freeport, Illinois. So that's what brought us to Freeport. We've got 3 amazing kids, and yeah, just enjoying the ride called life.
Awesome. So the Altruize app, again, remind me what year you launched that.
Well, we were set to launch March of 2020, an app to get out in the community and go volunteer.
That's right.
So it's been a struggle. That's definitely where I've leaned on my faith. And interestingly enough, we've actually kind of found ourselves healthcare adjacent now because of what's known, it's HR1, but the bill is known as the Big Beautiful Bill. So there is a requirement now for able-bodied individuals who are getting Medicaid to do 80 hours per month of either work, school, or volunteering. Well, the work and school, they can kind of figure out different methods to prove that. The volunteering, they can't. That's actually why we're in this space. There is no good way that the individual can keep their own data for themselves, and that's exactly what Altruize does. Is it focuses on the individual and the verifying entity. They both have free accounts, so it's really a huge win for both. So that's kind of an area now where we're looking at so that people don't get kicked off their coverage just because they don't have a way to prove it. So
Right. I know when we initially talked with you, there was a lot to do with schools. There was a big push with high
still there
school.
too. Yep.
So students that are pushing for scholarships and such that want to prove their volunteer hours, this was a great resource for them. Have you seen that kind of grow over the last couple of years since we last talked?
Yeah. So, and we also work with the schools that require it for graduation.
Yeah.
That's kind of a big one too.
And I know that was a kind of a guinea pig test project there in Freeport with Freeport High School, and
we've got some in California and Wisconsin. So we're getting out there.
Nice. Good deal. Well, I know Jessica's very happy to meet you today. We're going to bring Jessica here on the hot seat and welcome you back from the Rockford Habitat for Humanity. And tell us again about yourself. Where did you grow up and go to school and such?
Yeah. So my name is Jessica. I am the community engagement manager for Rockford Area Habitat for Humanity, but I am not a Rockford native. I'm originally from Kansas City, Missouri, but I did move to Rockford in about 2018. I started working with Habitat in 2024. Love what I do. Love that I get to be so active in the community. And it's one of the big reasons why we decided to stay here in Rockford, because of how active our community is and how great volunteer opportunities are. I think we have over 200 nonprofits around the community of Rockford. So really happy to have made my roots here.
Yeah. So you plug into Rockford, you decide to stick around a little bit. Mm-hmm. And what have you seen in your years now working with Habitat? Are you seeing the comeback of volunteering for Habitat? Because obviously everything took a dip, like Nicole was saying, with COVID and stuff. Everything kind of took a nosedive there for a little bit. But how are you seeing people coming back into the volunteer force of what you do?
Absolutely. So I wasn't a part of the Habitat sphere in 2020 when COVID was going arise at that time. But I do know, based on testimonies of my other peers, that volunteerism really took a drop during that time period. Right now, we are seeing it start to increase, We are doing a ton of volunteer opportunities this year alone. Every year we average anywhere maybe from about 350 to 400 volunteers that cycle through our program to help us build more homes in the community. So certainly has taken much more of a rise, even more so as Habitat continues to grow in our capacity to build even more housing.
And yeah, is that the big plan for this year and next year? Do you have a lot of projects on the schedule?
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of projects we're juggling right now. We've started a couple of new initiatives. So I lead our advocacy committee, where we talk about housing issues, not just affordable housing issues, but preserving home ownership. So topics like property tax lien sales and property tax assessments. We've also started Habitat Young Professionals, which is a networking group for individuals 40 years and younger, but also just like a volunteer group in general to help us with fundraising efforts, event planning, and even some specialty build days to come out onto the site with just our core group of hype volunteers at that point too. This year, we're hoping to build at least 5 houses. So we currently are building right behind Auburn High School's football field and a subdivision we call Emerson Estates. We previously purchased 31 different lots over there, and we continue to build on all those lots until homes have been built. So that's really exciting. Perhaps the most looming project that we have right now is actually our remodel of our Rockford Restore. So our Rockford Restore, it's our secondhand build goods store. So anything from furniture, electrical, appliances, a little bit of jack of all trades. But we are expanding the sales floor. We're moving our warehouse and we're moving all of our affiliate offices over to the Restore. So we're all going to be underneath one roof, which will be really great to have one hub for serving our community.
It's a great store. I know Tom and I have both been in that store before, and it's got to be hard to organize a store that is, donation based like that. There's so many
every Habitat affiliate kind of does it differently. I think what really makes our Restore different is that we're so intentional with like our departments that we have. More so that we even have like a vintage antique department, which is not very common in a lot of Restores. And we recognize that the community was giving us so much opportunity with these items that we could be a little bit more lucrative with it.
Nice.
And of course, our volunteers, they really help us do the Tetris game of filling the store up with everything.
Well, if somebody wants to plug in and volunteer for Habitat, they obviously, I love your idea of this, the young networking, what did you call it?
Hype, Habitat Young Professionals.
Habitat Young Professionals. What an awesome idea. Whoever got bonked on the head and that idea came out, that's kudos to them. That's really fun.
Yeah, I can't take credit for it. A lot of other affiliates have been doing it, but I'm very excited to get ours started. It's very new, so we're still recruiting a lot of folks.
Is that something, Nicole, maybe that you can try? Have you seen like niche volunteer type groups that are sprouting up in the last few years? Is that something that maybe you've seen in the places you've gone and people that you've talked to?
Not to this level. So that's really cool. And the first thing, of course, that popped into my mind is something, Greg, that you and I talked about earlier is World Values Day. I'm part of an organization that's truly worldwide. That's one thing COVID was good about, right? Getting online and meeting people from all over. But it's the third Thursday of October, and that Habitat Young Professionals, right?
Habitat
Young. Yes. Okay. That would be a really cool thing for them to be a part of. I think if you really wanted to like capture and be a part of World Values Day.
Absolutely.
With that. So yeah, we could chat more about that, but I think that would be a really neat thing. It's a way for us around here to also plug into the world. So the value that they pulled out this year is volunteering. So of course that's near and dear to me. And that's why when you brought up the Habitat Young Professionals for volunteering, I mean, that would be so cool to have like that showcase group on the world stage, if you will. That would be neat.
And good news,
Yeah,
it's
I'd
not
love to
till
talk more.
October. You got time to organize stuff for this.
Right.
Yeah.
Thursday, October 15th, 2026. Join the conversation at #WorldValuesDay. What will you be inspired to do? And I know some people kind of poo-poo the idea of a volunteer day, but you gotta understand it's the spark that has things happen bigger. It's the spark that starts the bigger flame. I guess what I'm trying to say. Just getting people out there, giving a reason to go out and volunteer that one time, that first time. If you can get people to do it once, it's a funny thing about us humans. We tend not to want to do things until we can imagine first in our head what that doing will actually look like and feel like. So if you can get someone out to a work site and swing a hammer and pound a nail and help, put up drywall and whatever it is that you're going to be doing for Habitat for Humanity or whatever organization you volunteer for, now you actually done it. Your muscles and your body has actually done those things, and you actually have the memory of doing it. It changes someone's perspective in a huge way. So no poo-pooing the one-day volunteer ideas. Okay. This is a
Well, and in my world, when I say like we work with high schools that require volunteering for graduation, there's some pushback. Like, how do you require volunteering? So I give this very personal example. When I was at UW-Madison getting my degree, I had to take a humanities class. The only thing that fit in my schedule was weight training. So
surprise.
yeah, I was like, all right, I guess this is what I have to take. They're forcing me to take this, right? Well, fast forward, I really actually enjoyed it, was really good at it, and I've competed in bodybuilding competitions. I never would have done that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not something
that changed your world,
right?
Changed your world. Yeah, one.
So I view the forced volunteering kind of as that we're not forcing you like to volunteer in one place. Pick where do you want to go? What do you want to do? It's a way to open a door to something new. That's it. So yeah. I think having those requirements are a very good thing. It lets the kids, for example, go and do something different.
Well, it also gives them so much opportunity to prepare for like real world examples of like maybe going in for a job interview or building up that resume.
Exactly. Yep. We talk about that all the time too. I mean, because you could be volunteering next to the CEO of the company. It's one of it's an equalizer's like opportunity for everyone. So, work on your skills of communication and all of the things. So, yeah.
We're looking at the Altruize website, by the way, altruize.com. If you want to click on it, it's in the comments. If you're watching us on Twitch or Rumble or Facebook or YouTube, it should be right there. If you're on one of the other platforms, it probably won't show up. You'll have to see it on the show notes later up on Spotify. But just click on the link and boom, it'll take you right to the website. You can learn more about the Altruize app. You were saying, Jessica, go ahead before I interrupt you.
I was going to say those like one-off special volunteer days, they do so much for an organization. So every year we have like a specialty build we call Women Build. So on the construction site, it's very heavily dominated by men. I think I may have anywhere from like 2 to 3 women that work with our Weekday Wonder group, who are like our regular volunteers. Most of them are retired. They come out, they help lead our volunteer groups and help us build that home. But those specialty builds like Women Build, when we host that in the late summer, that's really our opportunity to do a little bit more bridge building in the community. Because oftentimes a lot of the homes that we're building are led by women. Like the homeowner that will be moving in there may be a single mom, maybe the breadwinner of that family, may have been the one to really hear about this program and taken that initiative to enroll her and her family into it. So really like those one-off specialty volunteer days, they make the biggest difference and sometimes the largest contribution to that organization.
Knocking out 100 man hours of work in one day or 1.5 days.
Absolutely.
Special. That's one of the things I look forward to every year too with our Keller Williams Realty Signature Office when we participate in the Keller Williams Red Day initiative every year, which is coming up this Thursday. And we have our multiple offices that'll be volunteering in Galena and in Janesville and in Beloit and Rockford and Lowe's Park. and all these different places where we've got a dozen or more agents going to descend on these places and say, here's our hands and feet and, our gloves and our work tools, where do you need us? And obviously they've got stuff organized for us already, and they're ready for us to come and clean things up around landscaping and to do some painting and to do some organizing of donations and such. And it's going to be a big day on Thursday for our annual Red Day. And from that, every year we hear of somebody who falls in love with an organization and just wants to help them out in other ways, and other, either with monetary donations or with further volunteer hours. And that's the reason. That's part of the big reason too, is, hey, you've opened up your eyes to something you hadn't seen before, and now you want to support them in further ways. So is there anything? I've got the Rockford Habitat website up currently, and I've been kind of going back and forth between the Habitat site and the Altruize site. Nicole, is there something new or anything that you wanted to make sure we share about the app? Other than the World Values Day that you're talking about, is there something about maybe the app that has changed since last we talked with you, or updated, that you want to make sure that we talk about today?
I would just kind of want to point out, we've also got the goal setting. So kind of when we talk about us as humans just trying to be better at things, you've got to be intentional about it. And so we do have the goals on there. Even, whether that's the 80-hour requirement goal or the kids that need it for graduation, that's already a piece in the app as well. I do want to just touch on, before I forget, World Values Day does have another, they meet once a month, the third Tuesday of the month. So that's coming up on the 19th. And anyone can join that. So Jessica, you want to know more about, like, Tom, you want to know more about World Values Day? Anybody can join that, just to plug in. So I do want to mention that. But yeah, Altruize is just has our kind of different places we're going with that. Like I said, the schools were kind of our first area, healthcare adjacent now. But we can certainly help out with any businesses that are trying to bring that into their employee kind of benefits, or just their culture. We're here to be the tool to help you put teeth into the volunteering. And what's nice is that the nonprofits, then it's a free app for them, platform to get the data that they need on how many exactly how many volunteers have they had come through, how many have been unique, how many hours are each of them getting. And then we offer a monetary equivalent of the volunteer hour. It's not a number we come up with. It's right around, I think the volunteer hour is worth about $34 and change right now. So it's really nice for that volunteer to see a monetary connection, so that they know that, well, I just stuffed the envelopes, but they built the building. Well, no, you did the work too. That was money that was brought in to get the materials to buy so it helps give positive feedback that way too.
Nice. I bet you can see this benefiting your organization, Jessica, as you're looking at this. You're
Absolutely.
Like, hey, this is
yeah, we're juggling in between CRMs at the moment. And so this is very intriguing to me, especially with an upcoming construction volunteer year.
Well, and we are not here to replace your CRM. Like, we're the tool just to help the back end.
Absolutely,
so there's plenty of platforms that already take care of the signing up piece. We're the only one that takes care of the did they show up piece and verification of that. So that's our side of it.
That's cool. And is there anything else that we did not ask you about this morning that you wanted to make sure we plugged before we move on with some trivia with Tom and our next couple of guests here?
Yeah, I don't have a set date yet, but likely with the new upcoming construction year, we'll possibly have an upcoming application cycle for individuals interested in applying for our 0% interest mortgage loan for one of our homes. Don't have too much information about that yet, but again, if you visit our website at rockfordhabitat.org, you can put yourself on that communications list to be notified when those applications open up exactly.
Awesome. Did I miss anything, Tom? How did we do it? Do you feel educated on Habitat and Altruize all at the same
I give
time?
you all an A. I give you all an A+. And the reason I haven't said much is because I think I'm behind again. For some reason, when we have multiple guests, I end up behind. But now that I'm talking, let me just say one thing regarding Habitat. When my wife and I are working on anything in the house, well, we need such and such. Oh, well, let's hit Habitat for Humanity. We go there first. That's the one thing that I wanted to share, is that I can't tell you, we fixed up our basement. We put a couple of rooms down there. I have so many doors, so many wood frames. What's the stuff around the frame called? Molding strip or whatever, door frames. Stuff. I have bought a wash machine there. I mean, the list is endless. I try to make it at least a once every 2 week trip, even if now it's miles and miles away from my house. I live on the northwest side over by off of Halstead by Northtown Mall. It's way out there by Cherryville Mall. So it's one of those things where it's not just well, let's get in the car and run over there. Sometimes we do, but for it's a long trip, and I'll usually plan to stop in there when I'm out in that area. So I just wanted to put in a plug for that. So anyway, thank you for that. And then the
every time you shop
thing. Yeah, I mean, and it's a twofold reason. One, I get a good deal on something, and two, it helps a very, very good cause. So.
Yeah, it's often worth the trip because you're going to save so much money on the stuff, and then there's a certain joy you get finding something you need at the restore. It's like, okay, this is, and I a couple weeks ago, I remember I called over there because I was looking for something very specific, and they're like, sorry, I don't know that we have what you're looking for, but you can come and take a look and see if it's here. And it was something door related, and I was like, well, they had the doors, but I only needed pieces of a door, and it was like, well, I'm not going to be taking stuff off a door. I'll have to get something new this time. But I was really surprised and delightfully surprised at just how many different things were at the restore and how many areas. I mean, there was a whole shelving unit full of like ceiling fans. You need a ceiling fan for your house? You're probably going to find it at the restore. Just check all the stuff there. Make sure you got all the pieces, obviously. But what a great resource that it is. So, all right. Now that we've triggered any other thoughts, anything else that you wanted to add before we go into trivia?
I'm good.
All right. We are going to stop sharing our screen here with the website, and we are going to try and see if this is going to work. Hold on to your hats, everybody. I have no idea if this is going to work. Let's give it a shot. How many people are going to be on the screen is the question. I think we're all on the screen. Look at us. Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Ben.
Morning.
Look at that. Tom, can you believe it?
Wow. It's pretty. You got to love technology.
I love it when it works. That's for darn sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we have the five of us, and actually probably six, because I bet Julie's got Mike in her car.
Yep.
You got Mike?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So we got the six of us here, the brain trust, ready to take on Tom's trivia challenge for the week. So what do you got for us this week, buddy? I'm going to put you center square.
All right. Center square. I'll be like Paul Lynn. Incredible. All right. Center square. There we are. Paul, on a first date, is it appropriate?
No,
Never mind. That's a Hollywood Squares reference in case you guys are all too young.
They're all too young.
I think I'm the oldest one here.
Not me.
I actually am. That's too bad. All right. Here we go. This is Tom's trip, and it's designed if you feel bad, not to make you feel stupid. So we should be okay with these. All right. First three are going to be people guess. They will just be questions. The final one will be a low trivia question. It shouldn't be too hard. Just got to think about it. All right, here we go. Question number one. The movie Let's call it the Matrix. What colored pill does Neo take? Is it a blue or a red pill? Once again, in the movie The Matrix,
no.
what colored pill does Neo take? Is it blue or is it red?
I just watched this again like a week and a half ago, and I still can't remember which one he takes.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think I remember watching The Matrix. I've heard of that scene.
I think it's red.
I'm going to say blue.
I'm gonna say red.
I think red.
Red.
I think red.
Red.
Yeah.
All right.
I think the majority of us are going with red.
I'm pretty sure the Reds are outnumbering the Blues. The answer is red.
Okay. All right.
Are we on a real delay?
What was the question?
Here? We are, aren't we? Okay.
Do you want to go
Repeal,
back, not knowing anything, or do you want to go forward?
What's that?
The question for Neo basically was: do you want to go back to not knowing anything, or do you want to?
I'm sorry, I missed that. No, okay. Oh, that's what the impetus for the red pill was, right? Okay. Anyway, as far as the blue pill, that's for late at night when he gets home from work. Never mind. That's highly inappropriate. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Who was the first person? This is Nobel Prize. Who was the first person to be awarded two, not one, but two Nobel Prizes? Was it Albert Einstein or Marie Curie? Once again, who was the first person to be awarded two Nobel Peace Prizes, or prizes, not peace prizes, two Nobel Prizes? Was it Albert Einstein or Marie Curie?
Albert?
I would lean toward Albert because he did so many different things.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards Albert.
Well, this particular person discovered radium and polonium. It was a she. Her name was.
I was the same.
Right on.
I'm so sorry.
Womp womp womp. That's an interesting.
Yep.
Pitting them.
And
two
remember,
against
she
each other,
did this in
because
the
Einstein did so
early 1900s, and then. Yeah, but Einstein got popular in the 20s, 10s, 20s, 30s, whatever. Marie Curie won hers.
Was she the first woman as well?
Yeah, delay is just crazy. Yeah, she was. She was. First woman and the first to win too. All right, measurements. What is the unit of measurement for the speed and movement and direction of a computer mouse? Is it
Whoa, that's
a Mickey
odd one. I didn't know.
or
there was
a
different
GIF?
one. Mickey or
Well,
a GIF?
is it a Mickey or a GIF?
I want it to be a Mickey really bad because that's cute.
I think
It'd be
Mickey
funny
would
if it was
make
Mickey
sense
Mouse.
because, like, it's a mouse. Yeah, let's go with. Maybe that's how Mickey Mouse got his name.
Mickey, Tom. It's got to be Mickey.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
It's Mickey.
Jeff, but
It is
would be
Mickey.
funny if it's
Woohoo! All right, 2 out of
Yeah, it
3.
is
2 out of
Mickey.
3. We're doing all right.
All right.
That's funny.
Here we go. Question number 4. Question number 4. What is the technical term for the human voice box?
A larynx?
Once again, what is the technical term
Larynx, yeah.
for the human voice box?
Larynx.
I'd go with larynx.
Larynx. Don't ask me to spell it, but it's
I got that one
Larynx.
right off the bat.
Can't spell that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Larynx. Some people just say larynx. Some people say larynx. Whatever. As long as you didn't say pharynx with an F with a PH. All right.
No.
Number 6. No, I'm sorry. Number 5. Number 5. Dessert. Creme brulee is typically served in what type of small dish? What do they call that little small dish?
A ceramic.
Once again, creme brulee is typically served in what?
Yeah. Ramekin. Yeah.
Yeah. What small dish? What'd you call it?
A ceramic.
Ramekin. Yes.
Ramekin.
Yeah,
Ramekin.
I like food.
You maybe made of ceramic. I I like your answer better, but it is ramekin. All right, you guys are 5
That
and
was the
1.
official one.
Here we
That
go. 4 and
that
1.
was
4 and
dubbed
1.
by the Queen. The Queen's official ramekin is Sir Ramekin. Go ahead.
Oh, there you go. I now dub you a very important dish. All right, here we go. Number 6, translation. What Russian term means universal sailor? Once again, what Russian term means universal sailor? This one you may want to think Russian terms and, you know. I don't
Is
know.
it
Maybe
possibly
that
something to
doesn't
do
help.
with their space program, like cosmonaut or something like that? Would that be a universal sailor?
Oh, good one.
Does
Are
that?
pirates Russian?
I can neither deny.
I don't know why,
nor
but every part of me is
accept
like,
or
a pirate?
What is the? I don't know. Cosmonaut's the only thing that's coming to mind is that maybe that has something to do with
Oh,
universal.
yeah, that
sailor.
one's a tough one.
I'm sorry. What did you
like that
say,
one.
Greg? What did you say, Greg?
Cosmonaut.
Oh, there you go. There you go. You got it. I'm not going to let you talk yourself out of it. You got it. Cosmonaut is the answer.
All
All
right.
right, we are down to the final one. You're going to go with 6 and 1 or 5 and 2. Here we go. It is a local trivia, so this will not apply to some of you here. And it has to do with the Rockford population as of the turn of the century, 1900. So the turn into the 20th century. What was Rockford's population at the turn of the 20th century? Was it 30,051 or 82,051?
I'm going to say B.
What was? Well, let me just read
I
it one
think
more
it was
time.
A.
Rockford population as of the turn
Yeah,
of the 20th century, was it 30,051, 82,000? What are we going with?
That's.
I think it's the lower number.
I think it's the lower number,
Yeah, me too.
32.
Yeah, I don't think they had
Yeah.
80,000
Wow.
quite yet.
31.
I know it's 150 now, but I bet it was only like 30,000 back then too.
It
We're
was
leaning
in
toward the
fact
lower number, Tom.
30,051.
Wow.
30,051. You got it.
All right.
What a crazy population
All right,
growth.
6 and 1.
Yeah.
Well,
Good job, everybody.
Okay, but when you look at Seattle, my buddy lives in Seattle, and when he moved out there was, I don't know how many there were, but now there are a million plus. There were like 500,000, and in 10 to 15 years, they doubled their population. It's just crazy. Rockford hasn't really grown as much as, because when I was a kid, late 60s, early 70s, population was like 139,000. We've gained 10,000 in like 40 years, it seems like.
Wow.
So I always remember Rockford being 130, and now we're basically 147. We've gained like now in 40 years, whatever. So I
There
don't
was
know.
a joke like
It has
years ago
a
that
lot
the
with
sign at
manufacturing. We've
the
lost a
south
lot of
end of
manufacturing.
Rockford, the population sign at the south end of Rockford said like 151, 586 or something like that, and the north end said 150, 312 or something like that. It was completely different numbers for those who entered the Rockford from the north and those who entered Rockford from the south. So
Small discrepancy.
yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
they ever changed that or not. I haven't really taken notice. But. Well, Jessica, Nicole, we're going to let you go
Just
about your
crazy.
business for the rest of the weekend. Really appreciate you jumping on with us today on the Crowd 815 podcast, and we'll definitely want to have you back and catch up down the line. Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Have a good one now. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Here we go. There we go.
Hi.
Technology, but it
Hello.
basically worked.
It did.
Gave us a little bit of a fit, but not completely. So Welcome back to the In Crowd 815 podcast. Is this your first time, Ben? I know you've had your organization on before.
Yeah, this is my first time, so be nice.
But your first time. Hey, look at that. 6 out of 7 on our trivia today. So
there we go.
You were a big help with that. And Julie, it has been a while as well since I think we've had either you or Mike on the podcast. It's been a hot minute.
Yep. Hi.
Where are you off to today, Julie?
The shop, of course. We don't open until 9. So
you're on your way to the shop. Okay. I didn't know if there was. I couldn't remember if there was a special event for you guys today, or
there is this afternoon. Yep.
Okay.
This afternoon there is.
It's always a special event at Fresh Printz.
Don't you know? Don't you know? Well, for people that don't know, Mike and Julie Borowicz, owners of Fresh Printz, let's give the background. Where did you guys grow up? Where's your where did you go to school and such in the world of Mike and Julie?
Sorry, he's driving. He grew up.
I'm pretty sure there's a law against this somewhere. So
he grew up in like Bolingbrook area.
I'm from the Chicagoland area, so.
And I grew up in Tennessee and Virginia.
You're a Tennessee and Virginia gal.
I've been here way too long.
Okay. Did you have an accent back in the day?
Yes, I did. And if I go back there to visit my family,
say y'all a lot.
Mike, I come back with one. I still y'all. Say a few words. You can hear it occasionally, but not that often.
Okay. I don't. That's funny. I've never asked you about that, so I really don't know. I know I do have a friend from the past who moved down to Tennessee, and immediately picked up the accent and had never lived there before in her life.
It's very easy.
It's kind of funny.
If I go there without Mike, I come back with it. I just talk to my family for about an hour and I get it.
Nice. So what brought you to the State Line area? What was the catalyst that brought you to Belvedere, Rockford, Loves Park area?
He worked in Elk Grove Village, and it was faster for him to get back and forth to work from here than it was from Berwyn.
Nice.
So commute.
And then the print shop. When started the print shop? When did you guys start doing? And it wasn't called Fresh Printz at first. What was it called?
No, it was called Right On Time Design, and it was in 2015 that we started it. And it was just meant to be a hobby. It wasn't. Yep, it was going to be just a after work hobby, something fun for us to do for friends.
And here you are now with this shop that you've been in now in Loves Park for, gosh, what, going on 5 years?
4 years. 4 years.
4 years.
This one. Yeah.
And Right On Time Design is a thing of the past now. The Fresh Printz idea. How did that do? Do you remember how that idea came to you? Because I think that's brilliant. I love your name.
Okay, don't tell Mike that because it was all his idea. He kept wanting to change it to Fresh Printz. And he kept wanting to change it, and I kept being resistant to it. And eventually I gave in.
And it's been a boon for you, hasn't it? He's gotten you a lot of good attention.
Yes, people do seem to like the name, but don't tell him that. He gets a little kick out of it.
Well, he should. It's a wonderful thing. Obviously,
yeah, I think so.
In Fresh Printz has been our print shop here for flyers and for hats and for shirts and such, and my polo that I got on today. And definitely want to have people check out our incrowd815.com website, which does have a merch link and goes to all things. We just added the hat that we did at the Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest too. So if you really were fond of that, the blue hat with the In-Crowd 815 on the side, those are in blue, black, navy, and white, I think.
I think so, yes.
So check those out. Awesome. Well, Ben is on with us today. Ben, real quick, you're from Safe Families for Children and going to be the featured not-for-profit at our next In-Crowd 815 networking group event, which will be at Fresh Prince of Loves Park last
On the
Thursday.
28th. Can't wait, right?
Yeah, hopefully we get some great weather. So we can do a lot of this stuff outdoors.
Yes.
But tell us about yourself, Ben. Are you a native Rockfordian, or where did you grow up and go to school?
I'm a transplant. So I grew up in central Illinois in the Peoria area and went to college up in Kankakee at Olivet Nazarene University, and then started working at small colleges coaching soccer, ironically.
Really?
Yeah. So moved around. That's a low paying job, but a lot of fun. And you know, they hire and fire coaches, you know, with the changing of the wind. And I landed in Rockford for a job coaching collegiately at Rockford University, and really decided to get out of that. And, you know, I think it's just organic that after coaching college soccer, you become a pastor. I started working for Heartland Church back in the day, and I was in charge of cooperating with nonprofits to be more collaborative. You know, when people would come and ask for help from a church because of things going on in their lives, you know, we found that the church by itself wasn't well equipped to kind of wrap around them with support services. And so I got out there and started learning all about the nonprofits of Rockford. And that's when I fell in love with Rockford because there are so many great, and I mean, not just good, but great nonprofits that want to love on people. And a lot of them, we're still figuring out how to cooperate, you know, and simultaneously love on the same person or family. And I just fell in love with that. And then COVID hit, and I wasn't able to work for the church anymore. And I immediately just started volunteering and developing relationships with nonprofits here in Rockford. And that's when I met Safe Families, and started volunteering with them. I just love the concept of what they did. It's extremely original. You're not going to find anything like it in the region. And I love their collaborative approach of creating a village around a single parent home. So that, you know, basically the goal is that they won't need us anymore because they'll have a village. They won't need DCFS or foster care or even Safe Families because they have a village. And we think that I'm biased. I think some of the best villages in town are churches. They're just logistically good at having a friend, an aunt, an uncle. So I kind of call this Airbnb. I call this rent a grandma, rent an uncle program, where all we do is fingerprint and background check volunteers, give them a little bit of about 3 hours of training, and they are legally able to take in children. And we only take in kids under the age of 18, but primarily under the age of 5 is our demographic. For very short periods of time, like mom might need to give birth, have a C-section, and she needs 2 days for her 3-year-old to go somewhere, and she can call DCFS, or she can try and trust a neighbor that she's known for 2 weeks, or she can call us, and we got to rent a grandma, probably like a Kiwanian or a church member that just wants to love on that kid, and they'll spoil him rotten for 3 days or 2 days and then hand him back. And the paperwork is literally 2 pages. It's not a background check. It's not, you know, it's not an investigation like it would be with DCFS. And then everybody wins there. There's even a relationship that develops. So that's kind of where it came from. And where I landed all once.
I'd like to rent a grandma to come over and make me some brownies. Does that work?
Well, you got to be under the age of 18, but we do have a volunteer that makes cookies every time she gives a kid a ride to one of his extracurricular activities.
That's awesome.
Oh, that is so cool. I love it.
Yeah, and she's like, she doesn't just give a ride; she gives an experience.
Yeah. not making light of the experience. I just, I think it's a wonderful, wonderful program because you know what? It's twofold because grandmas just want to love. And sometimes grandmas don't get to see
Yeah.
their grandkids as much, and this gives them an opportunity to really take hold of something. I would love to do something like that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
We have had
100%.
37 people living with us since we've been married, almost 40 years now. 37 people. One of them was
He's
my
not
dad. One of them
exaggerating.
was my brother. It's just that's our house has always had an open door policy. So, and right now, my son, my daughter-in-law, my two grandsons, there are three dogs and one cat live with us, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I
And
love
that's called a
having them
village,
here.
right? And everybody knows who to call for what thing, you know. When they
Yeah,
need recipe help in my family, they don't call me. They call grandma for that, or I'm the ride guy or this or that. Right? My father-in-law is helping me figure out how to build a deck. He's a retired cardiologist. It's wonderful. I don't know how I would raise my own three kids without all of the support, family and friends that I have. I mean, I would make it happen, but maybe just barely and just surviving instead of thriving. And that's what we've seen. It doesn't happen all the
yeah.
time, but sometimes this the single parent just recently at one of our partner churches said, "Hey, let's throw her a baby shower. She's pregnant. She's got no family. No one else is going to do it, and it's probably the biggest baby shower I've ever seen in my life." Not that I'm a frequenter of baby showers, but I mean, literally a large room was packed 6 feet high full of gifts to just love on what was 3 weeks ago, a scared out of her mind pregnant woman with an unexpected pregnancy.
Yeah.
And then 3 weeks later, she has friends, she has a baby shower, she has resources, and most importantly, she has relationships. That's what you talked about, Tom, is you got a house full of relational capital, right? That you can
Yes,
lean
yes.
on. And I think relational capital is more valuable than the almighty dollar.
I've told the story once in a while on the podcast about when I moved to Rockford as a single dad with custody of three kids under the age of 5.
Mm.
And had it not been for a church family that, embraced me enough to get by, I would have needed a service like, say, Families for Children, which didn't exist back then, at least as far as I know in the Rockford area.
Yeah.
But that sure would have came in handy in my situation for those I was working 6 nights a week, and having childcare evenings is a little different than childcare daytime hours.
It is.
So to have a resource like this to help with those times, you need you have a hospital stay or something coming up. I mean, it's a tough situation. So knowing that there's an organization that can help with those tough bumps in the road is huge. To know that your kids are going to be safe in the care of somebody who has been checked out and proven worthy.
Yeah. And it's equally valuable to the volunteer. Like you said, the grandparent type person of all ages wants to just love on people. Like, it's not good enough. They want to love on the right type of people. They want to make a difference. And that's scary, though, because is it legal? And what if there's a medical emergency? What's their healthcare situation? Where's their schooling going to go? And say families are monster staff of 3 people, all superheroes. Take care of all the logistics so that, Greg, if you hosted a 3-year-old for one day, all you would do is worry about what kind of candy they want and what kind of TV show to watch. And I personally, our family, we only take in the teenagers because we have too many young kids already. And they just need to know where the fridge is and what the Wi-Fi password is, and they're good.
Yep.
I imagine there are times you get some who want to talk too and have some things on their hearts and minds to share.
Yeah. Well, I put on the Hunger Games trilogy, and that helped that out. But it doesn't need to be complicated. It can be simple. I'd say, for most of the volunteers, it's a minor inconvenience, but for the single parent, it's a life-changing moment to be able to have. And so we're here to facilitate that. You know, we're not reinventing the wheel. You know, Jesus talked about the Good Samaritan 2,000 years ago. It's not a new concept. We're just trying to take the red tape out of the situation.
I look back at those couple of years, especially the first year that I moved to Rockford and had no family here, and had it not been for the Mossbrook and Anderson families, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know how I would have survived that transition that took me probably 8 to 12 months of settling into Rockford. I'd been working here already, but I had never had to try to figure out a way to care for my 3 kids while I worked, and all that logistics of things. The logistics of raising a family is tough enough with one. And trying it was
Amen.
So I know Julie's trying to log back in here. She says she can hear us, but she's not. She's watching, but her login is something is goofy in her building. So I do want to share real quick for those who are watching to let everyone know. Fresh Printz of Loves Park is our host for the In Crowd 815 next free networking event on May 28th, the last Thursday of the month. This month is May 28th. And from 5:30 to 7:30, all are welcome. All we ask is that you bring business cards and a smile. That's our deal at In Crowd 815. If you can bring business cards and a smile, you are welcome to come to our networking event, meet some great folks. And at this event, you're going to meet some great folks from Safe Families for Children.
That's right.
As they're the designated not-for-profit for this event at Fresh Printz of Rockford. Plus, we've got Sassy Mac Boys that'll be providing food, so you're going to get some great grub at this networking event. Come ready to meet Matt Atkinson. He's a home inspector who's co-hosting this event with Mike and Julie at Fresh Printz. And we'll probably have some door prize giveaways, the food, some information about Safe Families for Children. And I'm going to put the link here. It's a long link. So let's link in the chat so that you can go right directly to our Facebook event page. Again, if you're watching on Twitch, Rumble, Facebook, or YouTube, it should pop right up for you in the comments. But if not, go to our Spotify channel. And all right, I think Julie's back on now. So, Julie, I've been covering the event here, talking about Sassy Mac Boys and Matt Atkinson. Did you hear all that? Did I cover things all right, you think?
I did not hear it because there was a lag, but
Okay.
and then the thing cut up. But it sounds like you got everybody covered. So that sounds awesome.
All right. I thought you were going to the shop. Where'd you go now?
I am. I just haven't made it there yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that explains the traveling signal. It's the bumping you off and bumping you on again. And it's cell tower roulette when you're driving around trying to be on a podcast.
Pretty much. I don't recommend it.
Well, again, Thursday night, May 28th is the event, 5:30 to 7:30. What are your normal hours at Fresh Printz? When are you actually open that people can come and meet with you and decide if they're going to need your services for printing shirts or hats or flyers or signs? You got all the stuff. What's a good time to come in and meet with you guys?
Monday through Friday from 9 to 5:30. Most Saturdays 9 to noon. But we tell everybody follow us on Facebook because if we're going to be closed for an event on any given Saturday, we'll post it there for.
There are times when you've got special events and you've got a truck for that.
So, to schools and do events. Today we will be at Mississippi Park. They're having a musical induction, I think, of sort. And the band Ripped is going to be playing with
A Mother's Day.
it's a Mother's Day concert kind of series thing. And they're going to have
Rock and Roll Institute there. And there's another band, I forgot their name, but then Rip is the headliner tonight. So if you haven't seen Rip, check them out. They only play every couple of years.
Awesome band. Yep.
So
we'll
this is
be
all at
there.
Mississippi Band Shell today.
Correct.
What time does that start?
2:45, 2:30, 2:45.
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So hopefully it looks like the weather's going to be decent for something outdoors. So it should be a good time out there at Mississippi Music Show. Should be cool. So
think
you're
so. I
printing,
think it's
you're
gonna be a
doing
beautiful
shirts
day.
on site?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Or ripped.
If an organization
We'll be
wanted to
doing it
have you
for
guys
Rick.
come out
We'll
and do
also have
shirts
some-
on site, what does that look like? What is that, you know, like logistics and cost involved or something like that?
Well, they would contact us first to make sure that we're available, and then it will. A lot of times when we do things like this, it's more us giving back than them paying us. So usually it's for like schools or not-for-profit events or whatever, and we donate a part of the proceeds to whatever the cause is.
Okay. Okay. So if your organization is doing an event this summer or in the fall and you want to have shirts done on site during the event, that's a possibility. You might want to talk to Fresh Printz and see if there's that date's available on their calendar. And how fun would it be to be able to make shirts right on site for your guests that are attending whatever event that you got going on, whether it's a sporting event or a volunteer type of event. It could be just about anything. Obviously, you've done a lot of rock shows over the years, but any other funny or odd events that you guys have done over the years that you'd maybe like to shout out, or
Do a lot of skulls.
maybe not name because
We do a lot of cheer events. We do wrestling events, tech events, mostly for schools. We've done PTO carnivals. We did the Boone County Fair one year. We've done several different things. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So all the information, I'm going to put Fresh Printz website in the chat so you can see all the stuff that they do on there. freshprintzlp.com, and that's Prince with a Z. freshprintzlp.com. Check out all the information right there. And I asked AI for some questions for you guys today. Are you ready for some good stuff?
Ooh, love an AI question.
I got some AI where'd it go? Okay, there we go. I asked AI for questions about Fresh Printz for this show today. So let's see how they did. Let's turn the dial up and talk some Fresh Printz. The crew from Fresh Printz at Lowe's Park, local impact, unique flair that you bring to the 815. We already talked about your origin story, so we know about that.
Mm-hmm.
We're all about the 815, of course, here. Besides in-crowd 815 stuff, what's the coolest or most unique project you've ever printed for a Rockford area organization that really captured the spirit of our community? Is there an organization or project that you've done in the last few years that you're like, that one was really neat, and I remember that one for different reasons?
I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it, but I can talk about one that we did for the group over. It's actually on our Facebook page. They had special guest Pete Davidson, and we embroidered a jacket for him that had him. It has like a picture of him, like the Coronado in the background that said Pete Davidson and a bunch of stuff. It was a very stitch heavy thing. It took like 3 hours to make it. Came out really cool, but it is on our Facebook, so you could probably pull it up.
I remember you talking about that. I do remember you talking about that. That's cool. And as far as the funny or odd questions for you guys today, I lost your camera, but I think that's because of your connection. Your cell tower by wherever you parked doesn't support video,
It's okay.
Julie.
You sound like a chipmunk again.
And I sound like a chipmunk again.
Yes, you do.
All right, we'll do one more funny one here. every job has its hazards, and of course, in the printing industry, that comes with ink. What's the weirdest place you've ever found a stray ink smudge at the end of a long shift, like elbows, forehead, maybe your confused pet bird?
What?
Julie's
Try
got a lot
that
of
one
birds.
again.
I'm
'Cause
curious, has ink ever ended up on your bird?
Oh, my bird. Oh, my bird. They go all over, but they love to on my head, especially if I have my hair.
Have you ever had ink end up on your pet bird?
Mm-mm. 16.
Hello.
Wow.
That's a lot of birds.
Alfred
Yeah,
Hitchcock would be proud.
No.
I was
Not
trying
crazy.
to find the picture talking about with Pete Davidson. I don't remember if it was in the photo section or what, but if you want to go to Fresh Prince of Lowe's Park on their Facebook page, you'll see all kinds of work that they've done over the years and the different things that they're able to do. So check out Fresh Prince of Lowe's Park on Facebook. And of course, our event again is coming up on May 28th. Our next In Crowd 815 free networking event, 5:30 to 7:30. Now you sound better, but I don't sound better because your camera's not working. All right, Julie, I know you got a lot going on, so I guess we'll let you go and finish up with Ben. All right.
Now I cannot hear you if you're saying anything.
we'll let Julie go and switch back over to our wrap up things with Ben at Safe Families for Children. Is there opportunities for people to volunteer besides hosting children with Safe Families for Children? Are there other things people can do to help you guys?
You nailed it. That's our number one question. Opening up your home is a big ask. Let's be honest about that. And that's a certain calling. And so those people that do feel that way, it's easy to find them, because, they stick out a little bit. But yes, to answer your question, 100%. Think of it of the village that you grew up in. Greg, in your story you shared, you could probably go down and list 12 to 20 things that those families helped you with during that season, that year that you were first in Rockford with your kids and working jobs and shifts and stuff, rides. We have a text chain. We modernized with one of those texting systems. And I equate it to kind of that annoying text chain that happens with your extended family right before Thanksgiving, where everybody argues about what time you're supposed to show up or what dishes to bring.
Yeah.
It's the same concept, except less annoying because you can't reply all to our text when we ask for stuff. But you can sign up what's called a resource friend, and it's just being on a text alert. And we've gotten, about 100 people on there from all over Winnebago County and beyond. And we just let you know in real time, hey, I got a mom sitting in my office who just got her Section 8 housing award. And she is going from one box on a couch to a whole house. And we want to help love on her with a coffee table or a pack and play, maybe some diapers, who knows what, like what. And it goes out in real time and you can reply in real time. And sometimes it catches people and they're like, I'm already at Target right now, just chilling. Where do I drop them off? And people love to participate that way because there's a satisfaction of it's not going to a warehouse and it's going to sit and maybe we're going to use it. No, I've got Rhonda right here and her 3 kids in real time. And I can tell you exactly where that item is going to go and what it's going to be used for. And since we implemented that system in the last 18 months, we've filled every need probably less than an hour. Yeah. And my number one complaint with that system is that people say that they didn't check their phone fast enough. And it's become kind of a competition for our volunteers.
Someone else met the need first.
to be the first. And, and we also send out a text right away when it's filled, so you're not wondering. And it's an easy starting point to get involved, because even if you can't meet the need, we just ask that when you see the need come across your phone, that you just shout out a quick prayer for that family, for that single mom. And because we have, 90 to 100 people on there, that means if you say yes to 1 out of 100 requests, then we get 100% completion rate. So it's not a big ask. And that's what I would say is the easiest. And then up from there, that requires no application, no background check, no fingerprinting, anything. It just requires you to have a phone number and a willing heart. And we also send out a little bit of news out there, like we're going to get together at the Rivet Stadium and have some fun or whatever, like kind of stuff. But then the next level is a family friend. And that's literally the name is the definition. It's, would you like to be a friend of a single parent family? That could mean meal train. That could mean a ride to a doctor's visit, or maybe we're hosting one of the kids, but we don't want the kids' extracurricular activities to get disrupted because they're at a host family, and we don't want the host family to have to do all the things. So we equip the host family with transportation volunteers. Maybe you are a grandparent and you haven't had a 5-year-old in 3 decades in your house, and you need all the things. Well, we got an army that'll just deliver to your door so that you're not paying out of pocket for all those things. Family friends sometimes just have coffee. I mean, sometimes you just need to vent as a parent to another parent and say, my kids are crazy.
Surprise, yeah.
Right. And that's mental health care and relationship building, and some of our family friends, like I already mentioned, take great pride in just giving rides and doing that. So anything a village did, and we never know what's going to come up, it's a family situation, and it could be, who knows, we might need to come out and set up a swing set that someone donated, right? It could be, yeah, anything you can think of that happens in a village, and that's quite a list. So I would say, bare minimum, you reach out to us, let us know who you are, and we'll get you at least on the newsletter or the text chain, and you'll start to learn more about us and how you can get involved.
Well, rockford.safe-families.org is the website, and you've got safefamilies.org about on the screen right there. I'm going to.
We also have a local link tree that's just rockfordsafefamilies.org.
Yeah, that's one I'm going to put in the chat right now, so that one pops in there, so you can go right to the local office, not the national one, but the local office there, rockford.safe-families.org, and get more information about how maybe you can help out some whether it's helping directly with kids or indirectly with the stuff, just
well
some
said.
of the stuff. So
well said, right?
Awesome. If somebody wanted to donate, there's a donate button on here as well. If you're not able to donate time and volunteer, throw a few bucks.
We have a generous foundation right now that's matching all the donations, up to $20,000. So it's a good time to donate if you want to see the impact. So if you donate $20, we actually get a check for 40.
This is the screen I just brought up, but I got to hit Claire's share. There we go. Program Assist. Initiative of the Stevenson Nursing Center Foundation committed up to $20,000 in matching funds. So every dollar donated turns into 2 right now. So love that. Love that. Love that. So want to learn more, come out and meet the Safe Families for Children folks as they join us again May 28th at Fresh Prince of Loves Park for our monthly In Crowd 815 free networking group event. Is there anything that we did not ask you about today, Ben, that you wanted to make sure we give a plug before we let you go about your weekend?
I just want to warn you that we're a quirky group and we're highly relational. You know, so if you like to do transactional giving and you don't want to talk to anyone, you might not like us. We like to get to know you. We like to make jokes. We like to be a family unit ourselves. So just want to give fair warning to you.
Well, I knew that because our number one fan here at InCrowd 815 podcast is Lynn Winmacher.
Yes.
And so when Lynn decided that she was going to help organize your team for the last Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest, which ended up winning $1,000. Yes.
Yeah.
Great trivia team, and was really close with the karaoke as well. You guys were in the running for the grand prize.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Safe Families for Children for winning $1,000 trivia prize at the last event, which I will tell you, one of the teams that were playing right next to you guys really thought they were going to win that trivia prize. And they were a little bit shocked that you guys beat them. So kudos to you guys, and we hope that we'll see you again October 1st when we do this again with an $8,000 grand prize. Thanks to Medicare 411. Shout out to Tracy and the awesome Medicare 411 folks again for sponsoring our next Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest. October 1st, $8,000 grand prize. And again, with secondary prizes for the top scoring karaoke team that doesn't win the grand prize and the top scoring trivia team that doesn't win the grand prize. So going to be a lot of fun back at Tabala on October 1st. And hopefully we'll see you all there again as well, Ben. And this Thursday, on the Thursday, May 28th at Fresh Printz.
Especially if we have Linda advocating for us. She's awesome. She's one of our resource volunteers. She's always quick on the gun. Sometimes our team takes bets when we send out a resource need via text. We're like, do you think it'll be Linda? Do you think it'll be under 60 seconds?
And a lot of times all that boils down to is technology. How fast does it get to her? Right.
Right.
So, well, buddy, we appreciate you spending time with us here on a Saturday morning, and hope you have a great rest of your weekend.
Hey, thank you so much. It's good being here.
All right. Bye for now.
One.
All right, our big number of the week contest. Our current race to 10 has Greg in the lead by a score of 7-5. And this week's big number isn't that big. Sorry, I hyped it up, and it's not that big. 364.
It should be called it's kind of a small number this week.
the relatively big. It's 364. So that's one short of a year, but that has nothing to do with the big number of the week. Have you heard the story about this Raya app? Raya, Raya app?
I have not.
This is one of those cultural things. 25 million people are on the waiting list to be a part of the Raya app, which costs $25 a month to be a part of. Why are 25 million people on the waiting list for an app? So the Raya app is a dating app for good on paper hotties.
Good on paper hotties.
That's what the article says. Good on paper hotties. So according to Wired, some people
who are good at lying. that's kind of what I assume here.
That could be true. That's very possible.
Yeah, $1 million, and well, I'm 6'3", and I'm got a svelte body. Of course, it does describe me, doesn't it?
That just describes Tom. Wired found there's people that have been waiting as long as 7 years to shoot their shot within the exclusive dating pool known as Raya. It includes celebrities like Dakota Fanning and Ben Affleck, allegedly. I don't know if that's true, though.
Yeah, okay.
Prospective members need an invite from an existing member in order to apply. And then after that, well, it doesn't seem anyone's too sure. It's unclear what the trick is to getting in there, if there is a trick. But with up to 100,000 new applicants every month, an 8% acceptance rate. If you're not accepted, don't take it too personally.
Listen,
8.
Dakota Fanning, if you're out there and you're watching this podcast, you can avoid the app. Just give me a call. I'm kidding, of course. Of course.
I'm going to take the point.
Oh,
Tootsie Roll. The Tootsie Roll. That Tootsie Roll that you stole from Tom last week, it might be 130 years old.
wow.
Kinda. So the candy known as the Tootsie Roll is made using a graining process that mixes, in part, the previous day's batch of Tootsie Rolls, kind of like a sourdough starter. Okay. So that means that remnants of the original 1896 recipe could still be present in the 64 million Tootsie Rolls that are produced every single day. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, Greg. The big number was 364.
The only day they don't do it is Christmas Day.
Well, in other Tootsie stats, this is a reminder that important research out of Purdue University confirmed how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. 364 licks.
A Tootsie Pop is not a Tootsie Roll.
But it's the Tootsie Roll Company.
I am protesting once again.
I'll be Vulking Veda after this. I'll be Vulking Veda after the show, so you can.
You'll be Vulking Veda.
You
That's
can vine
right.
to me
Well, I am
over text messages later.
I am protesting this because here the reason I didn't pick Tootsie Roll is because I thought 364 Tootsie Roll would have no connection whatsoever. The Raya thing I didn't know could have a connection. I honestly figured the only day that it didn't happen, whatever Raya was Christmas Day. And then, okay, so I am testing today's victory by you.
There we go. Back to the days of Vulking.
Oh,
want to give a couple of quick shout outs.
For those of you who don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, for those of you who don't know, Greg had a thing one day. He called it Vulking or something else that started with a V. And the Vulking was actually walking. Had it been walking, I may have. So, Greg, air fixed. Once again. God almighty. Come on now.
Now,
small.
That's
all right. I'm not really that upset over it, but I'm just giving Greg a hard time.
I am checking my feed here. Did I get bumped off of Facebook? Oh no, it's still there. Okay. Couple of quick shout outs this week. I wanted to shout out to the Rockford Rotary Club, which meets at the Veterans Memorial Hall every Thursday from noon to 1. They've got a great Rotary Club over there, and they're looking for initiatives to encourage younger people to join their membership of Rockford Rotary. So if you've ever wondered about what it takes and what it means to be a Rotarian, I highly encourage you to go visit them on a Thursday from noon to 1. They offer a nice light lunch. I think it's $12 for a little lunch if you want to have lunch with them. This last week they had sandwiches and chips and cookies and bottled water and stuff. And they had a great presentation from a nationwide Rotarian speaker on the big screen there at the Veterans Memorial Hall. But they have different presentations weekly, and you'll learn about the community. You'll learn about their volunteer efforts that they are involved in here. And of course, Rotarians are all about giving back and supporting the local community. So if you're looking for a club to join and you've got Thursday lunch hours available, highly recommend going over to Veterans Memorial Hall and checking out what the Rockford Rotary Club is up to and see if that's something that might fit your need to be involved in a community of givers and wonderful people that share ideas about how to give back to our community. The other shout out I had today was a Rockford Linked Lunch, which was yesterday at the Machine Shed from noon to 1. And as luck would have it, the curator of the Veterans Memorial Hall was our special speaker this month. and told us about the different things that Veterans Memorial Hall has in their museum. I don't know if you knew this, little known fact. Veterans Memorial Hall and Museum has 1.5 employees, Tom. 1.5.
Wow.
Many people know Scott Lewandowski. He runs the hall. Scott Lewandowski. Just a dynamo of a guy. Works his butt off to keep that place running and humming and doing it. They've hosted a lot of events.
And the half employee is his little 8-year-old son. Is that right?
The half employee is Mike Fredrickson, who's the curator of the museum.
Okay.
So he's got other work as well, but his passion really is history, and they have thousands of artifacts there at the Veterans Memorial Hall Museum. It's a really interesting building, seeing that it was like the first one built to honor veterans, and it was dedicated by the president in 1903.
Nice. Teddy Roosevelt.
He was here in Rockford to dedicate the building.
Yep.
And honor those Civil War veterans and such there. So it's free to visit the museum. They're open, I believe, Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 5, and then Monday by appointment or weekends by different special events. So check out the Veterans Memorial Hall. And if you could what is the term? Kill two birds with one stone. Go to a Rotary Club meeting on Thursdays at noon, and while you're there, check out the museum. How about that?
I don't kill any birds, just so you know. I only eat dead birds, like chicken.
Chicken.
It's the only dead bird I'll eat.
Those are my shout outs for the week. I think that's gonna wrap things up for our stuff. Next week, we're going to be visiting with the Alpine Kiwanis Club and the STATELINE Nurses Network. They got some big things coming up this summer, so we're going to catch up with Alpine Kiwanis and STATELINE Nurses Network.
Love the Alpine Kiwanis. I love the brats. Brat days are so awesome.
Yeah.
And from being at the radio station, you remember every time the Alpine Kiwanis thing came around, so did the fair circuit. Now, it seems like it might be a little early this year for the brat days. Because the fair circuit, we would always get those big cream puffs at the radio station. You remember those?
Yes.
Those big giant cream puffs. Oh my God, we'd have 6 or 8 of them left in the fridge, and I was always there at odd hours. Sometimes I'd be there in the afternoon, and I'd go to the fridge, and oh my God, there's like 8 of them. I'd eat 2 of them. Then people would be like, "Who ate all the cream puffs?" I believe it was that guy. It was that guy right there to my left. That would be you, Greg.
Left. Yeah.
There we are.
I'd have one. I'd have one. I don't. I'm of the camp that says the cream puffs are overrated. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel.
You and 7 other people in the entire world believe that. So
it's
you also believe the Earth is flat. Is that right?
We can talk about that off the air. No, Wisconsin State Fair, it's a big deal every year up there too. And it's like, I'd rather have something else. I'd rather have something else.
Nope. I'll take the cream puff any day.
According to
when they're at the radio station, they cost probably $6.50 when you buy one at the fair. So
according to Viper GK 1878, it's July 10th and 11th for the brat days. So
okay. Yeah. There we go. So we're not doing the brat days next week. It's not next weekend or anything.
No. We just got to promote it next weekend because.
Okay, very good. Now I am up to speed. Sometimes
that's one of the
you got to
things.
knock me in the head.
Well, that's one of the things I remind people when I invite them onto the podcast. Once upon a time when we were on the radio, it was top of mind awareness stuff. So when we were on WROK on Saturday mornings live and people were only listening live, they weren't listening to the show later. You wanted to promote that weekend's and next weekend's stuff. But now that we're a podcast and the majority of our listeners listen later, we want to make sure that we promote their event a month to 2 months before it actually happens. And now they've got a social media piece to use.
Right.
So when this show is all done, it'll be out there to share.
If the offer was on the table to go back to the radio station so we could do our thing from 8 to 9 or 7 to whatever. Would you jump on that, or would we keep doing it this way?
I think our agent Scott Boris would be called, and we'd find out what we can get.
Yeah. Hey, we might get like $75 a show. Hey, Scott Boris is pretty good.
It would take some real strong convincing to go back now, because this has become such a fun thing. And look at us. It's currently 9:30 as we record this right now on Saturday morning. We've gone an hour and a half instead of an hour. We had 4 guests on instead of 1. We couldn't do that on the radio. It would have been a different deal. So
No, I know, but we could do both. I would love to get back into the radio station because I was on the Eagle for a while. It was on Q98.5 for a while, and then of course I had the sports show before you and I did our thing. I would love to go back and do that on a Saturday. Even
if we could
Sundays
combine
were
the
fun
two,
too.
maybe
Yeah,
if we could
that's
combine
what
the
I'm
two,
saying.
it'd be pretty cool.
That's what I'm saying. We could do both. You know, we could.
This comment popped in during trivia. I got a feeling that Sarah might be related to Ben.
What was your first clue?
yeah, and so give them a little
You're
conversation.
biased. Yeah.
Nicely
Just a
done on
little.
the YouTube channel this
I
morning.
love it.
So
I love it.
anyway, one last plug for InCrowd 815, the website. Again, thanks to Fresh Printz for jumping on with us today and promoting their event on May 28th. But where we are going to InCrowd815.com. When you go to InCrowd815.com, you're going to see this wonderful page right here. And I'm trying to update this as often as possible, but the podcast now has an InCrowd 815 podcast directory. And you can search by organization name or episode number. If you know what episode number someone was on, it's all here. These aren't numbered, but I believe we're up to 123 different organizations that have been on the podcast so far, and there's roughly 200 here in the 815 area. So we're still about 70-ish more to go before we get almost all. There's no way we're going to get 100%. I already know that. But if we could get past 90, 95%, I think that'd be pretty awesome.
Well, we
Pretty
could
good.
get 100%. I mean, if we've got like 5 left, you call them and say, "Look, I just need you to be on my show. 10 minutes is all I need. You get
All I'm
free
asking.
exposure."
So InCrowd 815 again has .com, has all of the organizations that have been on so far. And on the homepage, there's a link to our merch site, which the merch site, again, is connected with Fresh Printz of Lowe's Park. Your purchase of merch on the merch site really does help us do this podcast. We do have expenses related to the podcast itself, including the platform that we're on. So any help, we are not a not-for-profit, which is kind of ironic in some people's eyes. We are a for-profit business, so if you will, but we're not really in it to make a bunch of money. We're just wanting to keep this thing going and growing and exposing the great, wonderful not-for-profits and wonderful, generous people here in the 815 area. So your purchase of a t-shirt or a hoodie or a polo or a hat definitely helps us cover the expenses of the podcast and some of the stuff that we do at our events as well. So probably the favorite hat right now is the InCrowd 815 6-panel trucker hat, which is the one that all of the team captains got at the last Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest. They all got one of these hats. And if you don't want it in royal blue, too bad. This one only comes in royal blue. But it does come in 3 different sizes if you'd rather want to do the small, medium, or large. So there you go. There you go. All right. That should do it, I believe, buddy. Are you ready to go out and enjoy your weekend?
No, I'm ready to talk to you off the air for 5 minutes if you can. I got
All right.
a couple things I wanted to talk to you about. Nothing that the listeners couldn't hear. It's like breakfast plans and a few other things I needed to share. Listeners don't care about. The
Well,
listeners are like, well, yeah, we do. Go ahead.
well, tomorrow is Mother's Day, so shout out to moms out there. My mother-in-law Joan, my mom Sally. Happy Mom's Day! Thank you for being moms. Thank you for doing.
Yeah, I
what
met
you
your
do.
mom. I
Yes,
met your mom, and of course, I've met your mother-in-law many times. But I met your mom at your housewarming party, and wearing cowboy boots, right?
wearing
She was
cowboy
wearing
boots.
cowboy boots.
You're making her fashion statement. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
that's right. She seemed cool. I didn't
She
really
likes her
get a
sparkles.
chance to. Yeah, met your dad too. I think I'd met your dad one other time though. So
I
that was
believe
cool.
so. He got a kick out of meeting you. You're like a star to him. You know, you're a
Oh,
co-host. Of a
really?
podcast. So yeah, you're you're you're
Yeah.
like
It may
you're
be a
like
bit of an overstatement, but hey,
you're like meeting Brett Favre or something. You know, it's really cool.
yeah, Brett Favre. Although now he wouldn't remember anything.
Well, that's possible.
Did I play for the Packers? Oh, okay. Yeah,
He's
no,
been
I'm not
posting-
making light of anything. Brett Favre, I believe, has Parkinson's, and I'm a huge Brett Favre fan. I always have been. He used to drive me nuts. I'm like Mike Holmgren, it's like Brett.
No.
Don't-
Yes.
Yeah, but he would take him to the side. He goes, you know what? Don't do that ever again. But I threw a touchdown pass. Yeah, I know. Just quit giving me heart attacks. It was so comical.
He's been posting a lot more lately. Is it Facebook? I've been seeing Brett Favre post a lot more stuff in the last few months. So he's getting socially active, social media active and stuff. If you want to track him down.
Hey, one of these days, maybe in the near future, I may be changing my background.
Ooh.
This is a lot of blends and a lot of contrast and a lot of this and a lot of that. I may scale it back just a little bit.
No, but you're not becoming a Cowboys fan, right?
No, the Packer stuff will still be center. Oh, yeah. Well, of course, it can't be center because I'm in the center, so it's right there. Right? I have more trouble with this whole mirror. Well, whatever. Right there, Green Bay Packers stuff. A few of my favorite things. Huskies, NIU Huskies. Yeah. Anyway.
It's a good backdrop so far. But hey, if you want to make some changes, upgrades are fun. Updates are fine.
Yeah, well, it'll be good. It'll be good. And I may go back. All I have to do is turn my computer this way, and then I would have that as my backdrop. And but anyway.
All right.
But I'm thinking about doing something over on that side.
It'll be a mystery. We'll see it when we see it.
We'll see
all
it
right,
when
friends.
we see it.
Remember,
off air for a couple minutes, right?
Off there for the couple minutes. Remember, you change the world when you help one person. So be a blessing to someone every day this week. We'll try to do the same and meet you back here next week for another In Crowd 815 podcast. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
815.